welcome to a quick little video, but today we're in very good company. So AMG invited, my local AMG here invited me out to the track in Zolder, where I've previously been with the MX-5, to test out some AMG cars. No, maybe let's go outside, it's not that loud. So yeah, short recap, AMG invited me to test out some AMG cars at the track here in Zolder. Now, for you guys who've been following the channel will know that I've been in Zolder previously with my MX-5, but today we are actually driving AMGs. And for people who actually know me or have been following my stories or whatever, know that I actually love AMG. AMG is one of the Mercedes-Benz and AMG are one of the brands that I actually adore. And actually my dream car is actually here. So the AMG GT, GTR, that car is really my dream. And today, so I'm actually filming this intro after we drove it, but today I got to drive the GT and the GTR. Now unfortunately, as you can see around me, it's really wet today. So the track was really soaking wet and it was a bit sketchy, but the cars performed really great. I learned how to drive wetline, which is also really great. And yeah, so maybe to recap, so the first session I did was the session in the GTC. So first and foremost, drove this car. It was an AMG GTC. It was a really nice car. So the layout we were driving was lead and follow. So we had a professional driver. Driving in front, and then we were follow the ideal line, get to know the track a bit. So to get everybody at the same level, more or less. Now it's really starting to rain, so I'm really gonna keep it short. So the first session we got up to speed. We drove the GTC, which was a really nice car, really nice interior. Yeah, it was really a dream. Now I'll put some footage in that maybe gives you guys some voiceover after this.
So guys, so I hope you understood me a bit, but in short, I got invited to drive some AMG cars, and it's a dream of mine to one day own an AMG, let alone drive one on track. So this was a pretty cool invite, so of course they didn't say no. So right now you're looking at footage from the first drive I did, and I was actually thinking we're gonna drive some new A classes, maybe a C43 or something. No, they dropped me into an AMG GTC immediately, which was for me like, wow, they really trust me with their cars. So I got into this car and they told me to keep everything in comfort, so no loud exhaust, no paddling, just keep it safe. Now of course the track was wet at this time, so I was like, okay, I get to drive my dream car, I'm not gonna complain, I'm just gonna do what everybody says. Now as it turns out, this heat we got to learn the ideal line of the track a bit, and in the end, yeah, I didn't get to push the car as much as I wanted to. Now the second heat, that will be a bit different, but as you can see right now we're driving behind the blue AMG GTR, and yeah, I think here I got to push it a bit. And now everybody can go and tell me in the comments how lame that pull was, but just wait, the second heat is gonna be better. But yeah, so we were driving just lead follow, getting to know the ideal line. I'm not gonna include that much footage of this. I will include one full lap of me driving, and yeah, then we'll go on with the video.
10, the second time we got out to drive was with this car. So for you guys who don't know, this is an AMG GTR. This is the more extreme version of the AMG GT. Now it has the bucket seats, it has the little traction control dial on the dashboard. Just a really cool car altogether.
So guys, the images you're seeing right now are from heat number 2, where I drove my dream car. So the AMG GTR, the more hardcore version of the AMG GT, and just below the new AMG GTR Pro. But this car was amazing. The engine, the power, the interior with the bucket seats and the half cage, it was just such an awesome car. Really a car that I would dream of owning one day. Now, Heat 2 was unfortunately a lot wetter than Heat 1, so even less grip, but yeah, I wasn't just gonna be driving like in Heat 1 and just keep everything calm and just not enjoy this car. So I put the exhaust in the loud mode and just pedaled about a bit, because if you can go fast, you can at least enjoy the sounds and the engine and everything, and it was just such an awesome experience. Now, about this car is actually really good to drive in wet conditions. It's not that scary like you would think, like, oh, it's a big powerful sports car. Like, the traction control really worked very well in these conditions. Also the ABS worked really well. The only thing that was a bit of a pain was the auto emergency braking system. Now this system would brake very early when the car in front of me started braking, so even before it needed to brake, and then it would apply too much braking, which the ABS would go haywire and the car would just start sliding about. You will see it in my steering movement sometimes, that the steering wheel is just shaking. So that was a bit more scary than I wanted it to be, but everything else, the car was so controllable and so much fun. So I hope you all enjoyed the last couple of clips. Just enjoy the sounds, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Je wilt er wat meer water opvallen, is er ook meer spray. Dus je kan altijd iets uit die spray rijden, moet je er echt veel last hebben. Nog echt niks zodanig dat je zichtbaarheid iets beter wordt. Maar gewoon een beetje zien. Je kan uit en rustig aan de gas. Gewoon geen gas geven op die curve zelf. Dat is natuurlijk het beste.
Mercedes AMG Belgium and Vereenooghe AMG Center for letting me tag along and drive these awesome cars. Now the only problem I have is I want one and I don't have the budget, so we're gonna start saving up some money so we can get an AMG of our own. But that's all I got time for. I hope you all enjoyed this quick little video, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye!